I'm looking forward to seeing what they bring us next. But now, no more lollygagging. Now, let's get ready for the official trailer of Black Creek. Let's do this. It is time to go back in time to when the Rick, you're making me laugh. It's time to go back in time to when the West was what?
Where's my brother? I want to talk to him now.
That's gonna be hard to do.
Why?
'Cause he's dead.
Sign, and you live.
No! Look at me!
I'll see you in hell.
Whoa!
Yeah. Hey, ho! What? That trailer scratched the action Western itch, baby. Oh yeah.
I have to tell you a funny story because we were asked to do a trailer like quickly to show someone, and we didn't have the film edited yet. We only had it not even maybe a little bit more than a quarter. It wasn't even halfway edited yet, right? So we put those scenes together. That's what was shot during, I'll say, our first week, because that whole film was shot in 2 weeks, which is incredible. It's insane what we pulled off in 2 weeks, and that doesn't even show the best action scenes, the best part. It's what we had, and then we said, well, we like it. It's really good. And then I always want to do something different. That's why I want to do a Western, and I want to have all action stars and do mostly all action where everybody knows how to fight, not so much that. But, I forgot what I was going to say. I got so excited about it. Yeah, that's what it is that, most films put their best stuff in the trailer. And I guarantee you the best stuff is yet to come when people see the movie. And that's what I'm excited about. Because I said to my partner, Robert, I said, well, maybe we should have put this in and this in and this in, because we don't even have the key parts of the fights in there. But, people love that now. I'm like, okay, that's just a good sign for me that, there's going to be so much different action and more action and better action coming in that it's going to be a really nice surprise for people.
Wow. Well, I'm already really sold from what we just seen, and you mean to tell me there's more action and better action that's hidden? I'm glad you guys didn't show and spoil the good parts. I'm so tired of that with trailers nowadays. They always spoiling stuff.
I know, and that's like crazy, and just like one little thing. I mean, there's like I can't give it out now, but there's key elements to this that wasn't in the trailer that would make people go, wow, and we actually just took that little scene with Richard just because we're like, oh, we didn't even get to edit that scene at that time. Let's just edit it really fast. And my partner put together that trailer with one of our partners is James Marlowe, who has been a big part of bringing this little movie, which was, the thing about this, it's fan based, crowdfunded. This is everybody's movie. It's not just mine. The fans raised the money for this, and like I said, 2-week shoot. So what I'm hoping that when this movie comes out, that someone says, wow, she did this in 2 weeks with this tiny budget, right? And we're getting compared to, like, if you look at some of the reviews, right, from our trailer saying, wow, we love seeing this fighting, it's better than Marvel. And I'm going, oh my God, our little tiny film, you can't even compare it to $1 million film. We didn't have that budget, and it was just the love and the support of people that came in. And I mean, like, our team is phenomenal. I am totally going to use my same team for Black Creek 2.
Yes. All right.
To have at least 20 days to shoot.
Yes.
I know I could make it bigger and better, but like, we were right down to the wire, like, trying to get all the scenes in, because once you see this movie, you're going to go, it's like an hour and 52 minutes. You're going to go, how did they do this in 2 weeks? And I look at it and I go, I even say, like, how did we do this in 2 weeks, But it was just, I think, all I could say, it's magic and it's a blessing that this came out. And it's my first film, and I love doing that now, because I like to be in control. I like to say what scenes I want in, what I don't, like, Robert and I looked at this, and with our editor, we painstakingly went over every little frame. Like, if it was someone, it's the most important thing, that I can guarantee in this, there's no misses at all in the action.
Yes.
That's one of the things, Rick, we see a lot of action pictures and we're like, oh, that didn't work. That foot was in the wrong position. Oh, that's not really a deadly fighting move. You know what I mean? And like I said, I went for grit. I went for darkness. I went for shock in this movie. So I tried to make everybody look really strong, really fast. And we have a lot of our backers in this film, and you wouldn't even know it. They did such a phenomenal job.
So good. So good. I've already got a unique movie experience vibe going on. When I watch this trailer, I'm like, this is unique.
Yeah.
Need a lot of movies like this now. That's what makes this special. All the action and martial arts in the Western genre.
And here's the funny thing. Robert and I did all the costuming. We did all the costuming, and we painstakingly went through everything. Like, you can't have rubber on your boots. You can't have a lot of boots have the little insignias. You can't have that. You can't have buttons. You can't have zippers. This is not right. This has to be, we were like, Robert was out there like dirtying up things, bleaching things, putting teas on it, and some people said, well, we'll get our own costume. We're like, great, that will save us some money. But we would make them put a picture of it and say, no, you can't have this. You can't have this. I mean, we did so much for this, and it was not an easy shoot. If you look at this scene right here, it was freezing. It was freezing at that night, and we don't have heavy clothes on. I mean, like, it unbelievable. And these poor guys that stood around the corral, like, when we were fighting for like hours, like, just standing there freezing. And so bad. Like, one scene, like, I was on the ground, like, waiting for the take, and my body's like shaking and I can't stop it because it was so cold. And your muscles like freeze, 4:00 in the morning, and it's like 30 degrees. It was like, it's tough,
man.
And most of our shoots were nights, right? Because it's easier to shoot in the day because you don't have to bring in all the lights. You could just shoot, right? But I wanted that look. I wanted that gritty look. I wanted the lamp. I wanted the smoke. I wanted, the colors of what, we shot. That our DP, like, did a phenomenal job on that. Like, just, it made it harder because, like, it was like, okay, yeah, it's $2,500 just to bring in the crane to light up the town, and we're like, yeah, no, we have to do it. We have to do this because that's the look I wanted. And, like I said, for 2 weeks of shooting this, it came beyond my expectations, and it just makes me excited to, get ready when this is done to do Black Creek 2 and have at least a 20-day shoot.
Yes. But like you said earlier, I mean, how important it is to have good production value, and the costuming, and it's so I'm so glad that you did your own costuming and because detail is important. Because
Yeah.
I've seen some small budget westerns, and it kind of looked like they just went to Kmart and
Yeah.
they just grabbed something and that was it.
And then one of the things that we saw too is like, we started watching a lot of westerns, a lot of people's westerns, just to see what everybody did, and we're noticing modern day tire cars like
Yeah,
on there, and we had it a little bit in ours, and we're like, oh no, we got to CGI that out, get it, we
there you
can't
go.
have that. So we really tried to be authentic as we could, because it takes place in the late 1800s, so yeah,
Yeah,
so it was fun, it was fast, it was furious, it was an experience for me, because normally when I do movies, I just go in my trailer and I just study my script, but this time I had to be on set all the time, making sure everything was going smooth, helping with the actors, taking care of any issues. So I literally was the first one there, last one out, like all the time. I don't think I spent like 5 minutes in my trailer.
man, look at look at the shot. We got to get the shot here. Beautiful shot, but look at the bumps. Look at these guys. Man, this is phenomenal.
Yeah,
Look at
and
these bumps.
my stunt team is incredible. I brought in the insanely talented Mike
Ooh.
Mulder from Germany, and also
Oh,
with
yeah.
um, uh, Noel Gaylord to come in from the Swiss team, and their stunt people, and they were, for what we had to work with, it's like to say like, I wanted Mike to fight me, and because he's such a phenomenal fighter. And he's like, no, I don't want to fight. I'm just going to do the action and the direction and the choreography. And when we showed him the trailer, he's like, oh, I should have fought in it. I think he was thinking it wasn't going to turn out so as well as it did, and he's like,
Right.
I'm fighting in the next one. I said, absolutely.
Oh man. Well, shout out to the stunt team and especially Mike. I mean, look at this. This is phenomenal work. Oh, look at this. Look at the jump kick. Oh, I love it. Through the window. Let's go.
And like when we got there, they didn't have the glass for the window, right? And I was like, oh my gosh, you have to have it. I mean, so many funny things happen, like and so we're like, okay, well, we'll CGI that in. But in the opening scene, we were writing the script, I wanted to fight with a pitchfork, right? So that was the biggest thing, is I want to fight with a pitchfork. And
Yeah.
we talked to the props guy, and they said, oh yeah, we could do it, right? So we get to the set, and it's like, there's no pitchfork. And we're like, what? So we go, we gotta, take that out. Mike is like, no, we gotta take it out because it's too dangerous, because this is a really heavy, sharp pitchfork. And I said, oh no, we're not taking that out of the scene. I said, I'll work with the real one. I said, I promise I will be careful. I won't hit anybody. But Mike didn't want to do it. He wanted to cut it because we didn't have a prop,
Yeah.
But that thing, yeah, was really heavy and really, really sharp.
Wow. So good. And Richard Norton, he's always amazing. Huge fan of him, and I had a blast having him on the podcast a while back. But yeah, he's great.
He does a great job. He does a great job as the villain. And Keith Cook is phenomenal in it. I can't say enough about Keith. Keith was such a player, because it was a hard shoot. We had we were going to have to cut his scene if he couldn't come to stay for the shoot 2 days later, because we shot 2 weeks and we had Sunday off, right? And I said, we can't get your scene till Monday, and he's like, oh, well, I said, we can cut it or you can stay. And I said, I'll change your ticket. We have money for your hotel and this and that. And he's like, well, can you pay me? And I said, I can. I said, but I understand if you don't want to do it. He goes, no, I'm doing it. And he just gave his all, like, for the movie. And like, what a trooper, and when you see his performance, right, it was more of an acting performance, for this character that he was coming into.
All right.
We put some fight scenes in, but in Black Creek 2, we'll have him do a lot more fight scenes. But he is so phenomenal in this part. Like, you wouldn't even recognize him, like the way his voice is and his look and everything. And that goes for everybody. I just thought, everybody. We have Forbes Riley, who is the queen of fitness. being the madam in here, and she did a great job. And it's just like I said, I like it explained to it's magic, magic.
That's right. And speaking of magic, we had to throw that scorpion kick in there now.
Oh
That's
yeah,
right. Had to
yeah,
do that one.
yeah.
But
But
yeah.
wait till you see. There's something very, very interesting that follows that. Very
Ooh.
interesting.
All right. And you got the Sandman here, Patrick Kilpatrick, who I've had on
Oh
the channel before.
yeah, yeah. He's so awesome. I've always admired him as an actor, and I was like, yeah, I want him to play my brother. And he read the script, right? And he goes, oh, I love it. I want to do it, but you've got to put another scene in it. And we're like, oh, that's another day. That's this and that. And we said, okay. So we ended up actually, you'll see there's a flashback scene that like works really well to actually show you, solidify the togetherness that Rose Jennings, who's me, and her brother had. So we put that in. That was his idea, saying, no, I'll do it, but you have to give me another day. We're like,
Nice,
okay,
nice.
okay. Yeah. And it's like I said, everything for the whatever the problem was, we solved it, and it worked out for the betterment of it.
Copy that. Yeah, when I was filming Shepherd Code 2 with Don, look at this guy right here. Look at this guy. We had a blast chatting and eating lunch together. He was talking about his role in the movie. He's excited.
Yeah, well, when we were writing the script, we really didn't know who the cast was going to be, but I always knew I wanted to have my action friends in it, right? And, Don has used me in a couple movies, so I said, absolutely, he's on the top of my list, because I always like to pay it forward, right?
Yeah.
And he wrote that part in there for him, and then all the other parts were just written, and then we kind of said, okay, who would play this? Who would be good in this part, like that. But Don pulls it off as a renegade mentor, I guess you would say.
Nice. Is this Keith fighting Don right here?
Yep, that is Keith Cook.
Oh shit! All right. Yeah. He's a legend. So good.
Yeah.
They're all legends.
I know. Speaking of legends, Benny got Benny there, and another Keith.
Yeah, Keith Vitale, right? Both of them done movies, but I don't think a lot of people realize that they're both fighting competitors that used to compete back in the day, and this is an iconic fight to see these two guys after how many years is that? It was before my time, before I was competing, that they come back together and fight. And
Amazing.
they did such a phenomenal job, and the thing that's so exciting is that a lot of these actors, like we did movies 40 years ago, right? And still up there kicking and doing it and staying in shape. And I gotta say, nobody got hurt on the film. Everybody, everybody did well. And this is like a really, really, really nice scene to see these two guys fight. And like I said, all the fight scenes, when you see it, I tried to make them as brutal as I can, because that's what I like. And there's a couple factors in here that, because like I said, Yellowstone was my inspiration. And this was like on the tiny, tiny scale of trying to pull off that shock factor from like Yellowstone.
Yeah, and even Suge Knight is throwing down in here, man. You got Suge Knight.
Yeah, yeah.
Shout out to Marcus, man.
Yeah, Marcus does a phenomenal job too. So, I mean, when we look back at this, everybody we feel was cast perfect. That this is how it should have, how it ended up being is how it should have been.
Copy that. Marcus can move for a guy his size. I saw videos on his Instagram, and he's legit. Like, he's really good. Yeah.
He is. It's just it was just good. Working with everybody, it was just a tough, great experience.
Oh, phenomenal stuff. Yes. Black Creek. Cynthia, any word yet on when it's going to be coming out for everyone to see?
We still have 2 more weeks to finish completely, lock it down. It's going through its final colorization. Everything is great, and like I love our sound guy. Our sound guy is so amazing, and our colorist. And I thought that when we saw it, we were like, "Oh yeah, the color looks good, but maybe it needs a little bit here, And then he was showing us all these different things, and I was like, oh my gosh, I think it could get better. The color, like, I've learned so much, like, being a producer on this movie, how important your sound and color is. And now I could look at movies and go, oh, they don't have sound, they don't have sound, they don't have color correction, they don't do it, you know. And it's an added expense, but we went above that to get these guys, like Scott Jennings. He's done like so many 600 movies, like big movies, and he loves this film, and he says, I want to be on for the second one. And he's doing things like with the sound that we never even imagined. He goes, and I'm going above and beyond because I want to do this, you know. And I got to tell you about our sound. I mean, I know I sound so excited because I just love everybody involved in this project. But our sound guys, we have Mark Shear, who brought in Jim Peterick. Jim Peterick co-wrote Eye of the Tiger. He writes our ending song, and he wants to take it and hopefully get it Grammy nominated because he thinks it's one of his best songs. And I actually saw an interview with him, and they were like, so Jim, you know, I hear you're writing, you know, music for movies now. He goes, yeah, I did, you know, the thing for Rocky and Cynthia Rothrock's Black Creek. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, just to be in that. And Benji Gaither did our other music, and he just wrote a song for George Strait that's #1 on the country western chart. So, I mean, it like I said, it's just like blessing. That's all I can say. It's you know, a blessing, and I can't wait for you guys to see it. I really, really can, especially you, Rick, because I know like what a critic you are on action and martial art movies, you know. And I'm thinking, you know, it's funny because when people see this, they're comparing it to like big budget movies, you know, and I'm like, oh my gosh, do you realize that, you know, we did this on such a shoestring budget, you know? But I think when you look at a 2-week shoot, such a small budget, that, you know, can you imagine if I had $1 million and had like a 20-day shoot, what I could have pulled off, you know?
Yeah. Well, I'm already excited for the sequel. I hadn't even seen this yet, and I'm already excited for the sequel.
Well, we had a couple weeks that we had a little bit of a setback. We were trying to get our master copy, which we didn't have, and we started writing this part 2 of it. So we have that. It's basically just in its beginning stages, because when Black Creek started, it was like the beginning stage to the ending stage of the script was so different, you know. So we got to go through like you know, a lot of different stages. But once we complete this, and we have our premiere, you know, then we'll start working on the second one.
Yeah, copy that. Well, we're all excited. Us in the Movie Dojo Army over here, we support you, Cynthia. Before we wrap it up, Rick, final thoughts.
Well, I'm just thrilled because I was there in New Jersey with you many, many years ago when you first were trying to make a movie, and I was seeing if there was anything we could do to help, and that didn't come to be. But I knew eventually, because you just kept going and going and going and going, the unsinkable Cynthia Rothrock, the indomitable Cynthia Rothrock. And then when I heard when you were doing this and saw it going one by one, and now here we come here, I am just so happy that your dream came true, and it's continuing to come true. Yeah. So yes, I too, I just want more and more thrills for you, because remember, we met at the first screening of China O'Brien all those years ago, and at the LA Film Market, and here we are now, still with your third appearance at the Comic-Con Kung Fu Extravaganza, and hopefully again next year when you can show clips from this and talk about number 2.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely, yeah.
Amazing stuff, Cynthia. Hey, we're pretty much guaranteed that you knocked it out of the park. You and your team have given us something special and unique. I can't wait to watch it. And it's not just, you know, your experience, it's the backers' experience too, because all the backers that help fund the movie, they're going to be seeing their hard work put on the screen as well. It's a combination of love and hard work. So everyone's going to be cheering and going crazy when this comes out.
But the great thing is that she doesn't have to knock it out of the park. She built the park.
That's right. That's right. Yes, yes. Well, I'm excited to see it. I think I said that about 5 billion times during this video. But before we wrap it up today, Cynthia, anything you'd like to say to your fans?
Oh, I just want to thank everybody for, all the love and all the support, throughout the years, and just especially to all the Black Creek family. We have a Black Creek page where everybody is kind of involved in it, or we send it. And I just want to say thank you, because if it was not for them, I would not be doing this movie. And I'm so excited, for it to come out and for everybody to get all their incentives that they want. And it's just nice, when from being a backer from a little part to a big part of the film, it doesn't matter. You helped support this, you believed in me, and it's your project too. So I think it's just so special. It doesn't usually happen like this. So definitely special.
Well said. Well said. Well, Cynthia, you're special. And it was a huge honor having you here on the channel today, hanging out with the Samurai Guy. Everybody watching this video right now, y'all know what you need to do. Keep an eye out for Prey of Wrath, baby. That's right. Watch them lady scorpions kicking ass and taking names right now on Amazon Prime. And stay tuned for the premiere of Black Creek. Hey, if you enjoyed yourself today, everybody watching, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the Old Samurai Guy, and continue to follow Cynthia's filmmaking career. That's right. I put links in the description box below so you can follow her and follow Rick as well. And Cynthia, it was an honor again to have you here. And it's your second home now. That's it. It's your second home. Come on back. Yeah, come on back in the future. Sure. All right. All right, everybody. Thank you for watching. See you guys on the next one. Take care. Black Creek, baby. Let's go.